There's a story here, and I just love this story because it's really a microcosm of the grander story. Microcosm means a small picture of a larger meaning. And so this story is Jesus, who has worked all day long with his disciples and performing the work that we heard in Nazareth yesterday, that Jesus proclaimed in the temple. He said, this day this has come true in your sight. What was it that he said? I have come to proclaim freedom to the captives. I've come to give sight to the blind and healing to those who are hurting and to release them. And so Jesus had been doing that all day long, and when evening came, they got on a boat. And he said, let's go to the other side. So they started across this lake, and this is in Mark 4. I actually took this from Mark 4, where they went across the lake, and as they were going, there was more than one boat, but all the disciples were on one boat with Jesus, and he fell asleep in the stern of the boat. And a great storm. The winds kicked up, as I was alluding to earlier. You know, there's great storms that can come off of the winds off these mountains here. The wind kicked up and started overwhelming the boat. Jesus stayed asleep, and the disciples were getting really scared. And so they said, they woke him up and said, don't you care that we're perishing? And he said, you of little faith. And he got up and he stood and he said to the wind, hush, be still. And to the waves, calm. And it was perfectly calm. Legion was on the other side. Immediately when they got out of the boat after the storm, Legion ran up and fell down before him. God, who is across the lake of the universe, saw across to a needy people who were lost, who were bound and shackled by sin and by every ugliness that can be imagined. We look at Legion and we think, oh wow, what a wild character. The thing is, he had all this displayed on the outside of his life. Sometimes when we look to the inside of our lives, there's a lot of deep darkness in there. And even Jesus said, who can know the heart? It is desperately wicked. Standing on a rocky shore, looking out on an angry sea. Dark clouds roll across the sky, thunder echoes inside of me. Tiny boat tossed by the waves, frightened fishermen, I hear the screams. But who's that talking to the water? Why is it quiet on Galilee? Oh, I've heard about a man they say can make the lame to walk. Yes, I've heard about a man they say can cause the blind to see. Bound and chained by 1,000 shackles, but none can hold me tight. And in the gloom of 1,000 tombs, I spend my sleepless nights. The constant noises of 1,000 voices screaming in my head. 1,000 times, 1,000 times, I wished that I were dead. But I've heard about a man they say can make the lame to walk. Yes, I've heard about a man they say can cause the blind to see. And when they got out of the boat, immediately the man from the tombs with the unclean spirits ran up and falling down shouted, what do we have to do with each other, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? And Jesus asked him his name, and finally he said, my name is Legion, for we're many. And Jesus rebuked the demons and commanded, come out of him, you unclean spirits. And they left him, sitting at the feet of Jesus, perfectly calm. Oh, sweet Jesus, you have heard my plea. Oh, sweet Jesus, You calm the raging sea in me. Oh, sweet Jesus, you came just for me. Oh, sweet Jesus, you made the demons flee. And now I am made free. I'm free, I'm free. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh, I have met the man, and he could make the lame to walk. Yes, I have met the man, and he can cause the blind to see. Oh, I have met the man, I say, he can really walk across the waves. Do you know, he has set me free? Yeah, do you know, he has set me free? Oh, do you know, he has set me free. Praise the Lord for that, huh? Not only did he set Legion free, he has set us free.